Hello, YouTube. How are you? I can't tell if it says excellent connection, but YouTube's being a little finicky here. But anyway, welcome to perhaps the last day of 3D Earth, if we have anything to say about it. All right, so this is the ThunderWizard.com YouTube channel, and I am Mahadeva, the OG Thunder Wizard. And today we're going to do our part. You have heard about the Ascension event. You've heard about the solar flash. I just learned about this stuff recently. I didn't know it existed, but I do now. And I have every intention of doing whatever I can, not only for my own happiness, but to do what I can to help bring happiness to the rest of the universe. So what we're going to do today is we are going to do some meditations. We're going to do the HUUL breath to connect to Mother Earth. We're going to do some of the more advanced HUUL breath stuff, which connects us to the earth and connects her directly to the quantum consciousness of the universe. And we're going to do the HUUL mantra, which is the new name for Mother Earth, which is going from 3D to 5D. And I'll show you a HUUL Qigong, very simple HUUL Qigong exercise to connect you to the solar power, which is going to bring 5D into our 3D space. And then we're going to try something. I don't know that anybody's done this live. Maybe they have. But we're going to do CE5, which is Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind protocol. But we're going to do it to the stars, the planets. Specifically, we're going to do it to the center of our galaxy, the galactic center, which is a giant black hole, which is said to be the center of spiritual energy in our in our galaxy, one of the important portals in the entire universe. And we are going to also reach out with our meditative powers to the sun. We're going to communicate with her. I'll guide you through that. And we're going to also connect to the moon. And what we're going to do is we are going to lovingly and respectfully, but with self-confidence, we are going to say respectfully to the universe that we humans have decided that we're ready. We are ready for this event. So the solar flash event is said to be something that will bring a higher level of awareness to our planet, our entire planet, and all of the people on it. People talk about shifting up to 5D. What it is believed is that when people use the word 5D in this case, perhaps they actually mean the fifth dimension, which would be a very intense thing, because that would mean we would have power over time. We could go backwards and forwards in time. We could have as many different timelines that we want. We would be able to manifest things simply because we think it. That's pretty powerful stuff when it comes to, according to physics. This is according to physics, what 5D is. But my personal experience with interacting meditatively with these higher dimensions is that the power of love is concentrated there. Very, very concentrated. There's no negativity there. You don't find any criticism, No being in that level ever comes at you with criticism, ever. They only come at you with positive energy, how to help you be your best self. And in fact, the intense positivity can be overwhelming because what you are in 5D is seen so much more than how we see ourselves in 3D. So you're actually seen more like a deity from higher dimensions. And so these beings in these higher dimensions, they really just pour on the love and the positivity. And so that's what 5D will be like. Human beings will be in a place where there will be no war, there will be no more abuse, because that level, that mindset will not exist. So even if somebody now, if they're an abusive person now, if they're able to shift up to that next level, that part of them that used to need to harm others and harm themselves won't be active. It'll be turned off. And so we won't have to deal with violence, no more war. We won't have to deal with abuse. We won't have to deal with money. Eventually, all the money stuff is going to go away, the banks and all of that. And what will be most prized is, besides love, I mean, love is going to be the thing. Love is, it is 5D. 5D and above is love. And what will be most prized by human beings living in this new world will be creativity, playfulness, being able to create from joy and from love. So that even means technology. Whatever technology we create is going to come from a desire to play and to have fun in the universe. So that's where we're headed with that. I want to give you just a little bit of a setup because I want to get you into the mindset of believing this. So listen, this isn't really something I would have done. If you had talked to me a year ago, I would have pretty much poo-pooed this whole thing. I would have said, listen, this is real life, practicality. If I can't physically touch it and see it and understand it, it's a bunch of new age nonsense, even though I was a meditation teacher and all of that. I just didn't want to deal with fantasy. I wanted to deal with practical reality. And so if you had asked me a year ago, if not only did I believe in this solar event, I would have said, come on, we make our own reality. We don't need some outside event to do it for us. If you had said, do you believe in higher dimensional beings and extraterrestrials, I would have said, look, I haven't experienced that. I can't say whether it exists or not, and I can't focus my mind on stuff that I don't know if it exists. So I'm in a completely different place now. And my reality is not at all what it was. And I want to share with you things you probably already know, but that prove to me that the possibility of what we're going to go after today is absolutely, completely, 100% totally possible, totally doable. The only thing that would prevent such a thing would be us. That's it. The universe itself is completely, totally capable of providing this and is willing to do so. So, what I learned in a short period of time over the past 4 months, I've had my reality completely destroyed and put back together, is that our reality is in fact an illusion. I don't mean an illusion in a bad way. Nobody's trying to deceive you. It's not some fake trick of something. It's that not that at all. It is only a creation of our perception and our intention. And there is nothing fixed in this reality. Absolutely nothing. And the Mandela Effect is one of the things that absolutely broke my brain wide open. The Mandela Effect says that our history has changed. Now, I've tried to explain this to some people, and they conflate that with human beings changing recorded history, and that's something else. We're talking about absolute change of our physical reality has changed. And it would be as if, one day you're looking at the, Mount McKinley, and then you turn and you look back and it's gone. It's that level of a shift of reality when, for example, President Kennedy's motorcade goes from a 4-seater to a 6-seater. And they still have the Zapruder film, which shows 6 seats, and yet the official photographs of the car afterwards is a 4-seater. Here you have history itself has changed. Another example, seemingly minor example, but if you're my age or older, you know how significant this is. Just one example, the television show Burns and Allen, Gracie Allen and George Burns. And at the end of every show, and this is actually not only their TV show, but their entire stage career going back into the 20s and 30s, and movies and things like that, they always ended the show with him saying to her, "Say goodnight, Gracie." And she would say, "Good night, Gracie." Everybody knows this. And yet, that never happened. And it didn't happen because somebody went back and edited and altered all the footage. It literally didn't happen. History has changed. Now, in a fixed reality, that's impossible. You can't change reality. You can't do that. And that's just one example. But the biggest one, and I'll leave you with this. This is this Mandela Effect is actually, it actually helped me to accept the nature of our reality, and that is that the placement of our Earth has moved 73,000 light years. And that isn't this isn't a new age thing. This is an actual fact that science is telling us, whether they realize it or not. Of course, the official history is that the planet Earth has been in the Orion arm, about halfway into the galaxy, about 50% of the way towards the center of the galaxy. And yet, I can remember as a kid, my dad was a physicist. He was he created satellites that went up and was part of the space race. So this reality that the Earth used to be on the outer edge of the Sagittarius arm was part of history. And then one day it changed. Other events like things that started World War I, things, major terrorist events that happened in the United States that supposedly started World War I or got the U.S. involved in World War I. These are actual historical things that I know never happened. They just didn't happen. They just appeared. Books will change, and apparently my books have changed. Since 2012, people said that there are things in my book that have changed. I didn't change them. I'm too lazy to go back and change books. So our reality is not fixed, which means that you can decide what your reality is going to be. You've been doing it this whole time, you just didn't realize it. And the last thing that really broke my mind about this physical reality was physically and personally interacting with beings from higher dimensions. It's called Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind. We're going to do a little bit of that later on today. And it is a very simple process. You just go into a meditative state, and then you imagine yourself going out into space and simply saying, hey, are there any other intelligent beings out here that would like to communicate? And they show up. So we'll see what happens. I have no expectations, but I've got my little radio here, which if they were to show up, one of the things they would do is they're going to make the radio do this. Wait. Okay, so I have to push the button to make that happen. It takes a couple of seconds, but they're able to manipulate the radio and turn it on. And if that happens, I'll be the first to let you know. But I've seen craft, and then I can't even begin to tell you the things that have happened to me on a meditative level. I'm not even going to bother spending the time telling you, you know, how on my shamanic journeys have been absolutely mind-boggling. And one of the things that I experienced recently, which I put up on the channel, was a dream that I had, a lucid dream, where I won't get into the details, but it became very clear that something was going to happen in the sky that was going to be a worldwide event that would make people believe that the second coming had arrived, that Jesus was coming back. It was going to be so worldwide and so intense and so spiritual that people were going to think that Jesus was, is that a plane? I think that's a plane. Yeah. That Jesus was coming, but then they'd find out very quickly that it wasn't Jesus. Now this I found very interesting, and I had not heard about the solar flash event. I had no idea it existed. And I went into meditation and I called my higher dimensional friends and I said, what does this mean? I mean, are you guys going to show up in a fleet of spaceships all around the world? What is this thing that's going to make people think it's the second coming of Jesus? And I said, is it a bunch of ships? And they said, no, it's going to be a solar wave that will come from the sun and it will hit the earth and it will bring waves and waves of love, which will raise the vibration of consciousness. And I said, oh, wow, that sounds pretty cool. But I said to myself, that just sounds too, I actually put it in a file in my head of, I don't know about that. Because it just sounds like something somebody made up. It sounds like something in a sci-fi movie or something. And I was talking about it and somebody said, no, that's a real thing. I said, it is? And I said, yeah, they call it the solar flash. And there's going to be a wave that comes out from the sun. It starts in the galactic center and it is siphoned through a wormhole, which comes out through the sun. And then it hits the earth and everything changes. And then I looked and did some more research. And apparently there's been people who have had, now you can't bank this on being absolutely true, but it's evidence. People who have had hypnotic regressions who spontaneously start talking about this event, and they describe it, almost exactly the same way. That there's this pulse or this wave that comes from the sun, hits the earth, and it creates this intense cloud bank that rolls across the world, and with it, it brings this intense love. And once it hits people, they're shifted up to the next level and everything changes and the new earth arrives. So my friends have told me when I've talked to them about it and I say, when is this going to happen? And blah, blah, blah. And they were very clear. They said, you decide when this happens. They don't say this, but they live outside of linear time. So asking a higher dimensional being for a date and time is just pointless because they don't live in that kind of time. They live in there's multiple timelines going on all the time with them. So you can't ask them that kind of a question. But they made it very clear that it comes as a result of us. When we decide we're ready for it, and when we are willing to raise our vibration up to that level. And so that's what we're going to do. So I want you to look at this event that we're going to try and bring within the next 24 hours. I want you to look at this event not as something that's going to come and save you. I want you to look at it as something that you raise yourself up to achieve. That it's already there. 5D is already there. It doesn't need to be created. We have to enter it. And the only way we're going to enter it is if we drop all of the lower vibrational things that keep us from it. Fear, anger, violence, shame. Shame is the worst. Shame is actually the basis of all of it. All of it is shame. Self-directed negativity. Not believing you're worthy. When I first started reaching out to my higher dimensional friends, my first very intense emotional response was, I didn't feel worthy. And I said to them, I don't feel worthy of this. And they, I mean, I can't tell you, days on end, they were flooding me with messages telling me, you have no idea how much we love you. We love you more than you could possibly imagine. And so it brought up the shame. So if you're a human being in 3D, you probably have some shame. You probably have some challenges really truly loving yourself and being self-righteous, being angry, being judgmental. These are all signs of shame. So I want you to be willing to drop all of that. You can't help the feelings that you have, but you do have control over what you indulge in. So let's get rid of the fear. Let's drop all of the fear of the universe. Let us understand and choose to believe. This is my experience, and I offer it to you if you choose to believe it. My experience is that the universe is absolutely filled with love. In fact, the essence of the universe is love. And that the universe and all of the beings in the universe, all of the conscious beings in the universe, only want what makes you happy. They want nothing from you. There's no higher being out there that wants anything from you, because they see that you are them. And they see that if you are happy, they will be happy. And they want to be happy. So they are going to do everything in their power to bring you not only happiness, peace, and love, but your greatest fantasies. And these exist on a higher level. We can bring ourselves to that. I've had a pretty big shift just in the past few months, and I see the world much differently than I did. I've dropped a lot of negative feelings. A lot of karma has been taken from me, and I'm grateful to my guides that have helped me with that. It's been very painful and challenging, but I feel like I'm almost there. I don't think I am, but I feel like I'm almost there, and I have a different relationship with myself. I have a different relationship with the universe and with other people. So I want you to see, at least try to see, that every other being in the universe is part of you. Every other conscious being, every other 3D human, no matter how limited and fragile and damaged and hurtful they might have been to you, that these are beings who in their essence are light and love, and they deserve love, kindness, respect, as well as you do. So let's work towards that. All right, so having said that, let's go ahead and get started with the exercises. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do the HUUL breath. So hopefully you know what the HUUL breath is. Let's see. I'm going to play some of this for us. Let's see if this works. Okay, we'll turn down. I'm going to turn that down so it's just kind of a whisper. Hopefully that's what I want it to be. I'm going to double check to make sure that everything's happening the way it's supposed to, and hopefully my computer has enough RAM to do all of this. So just give me a second, please be patient. Just checking to see if the sound is at a good level. I'm going to turn that down so it's just kind of a whisper. Hopefully that's what I want it to be. I'm going to double check to make sure. Just checking the sound again. It's supposed to, and hopefully my computer has enough RAM to do all of this. So just give me a second. Oh, that didn't sound so good. Just checking to see if the sound is at a good level. And turn that down so it's just kind of a whisper. Hopefully that's what I want it to be. All right, enough of that. Okay, so let's see if that works. All right, so we're going to do the HUUL breath together. Let me, yeah, my poor computer having a hard time with this. So you know what I'm going to do, just to give my computer a break, because it can't handle all that video. We're just going to do it without the A's. All right, so the HUUL breath, spelled HUUL. And it means, the first part, hu, is actually the root of the interrogative in Indo-European. What, where, why, which, when. It is actually the seed sound that manifests. Because all of those interrogatives, what, where, why, which, when, who, those are trying to take something that's not fixed in reality and to fix it, either in a place or a time or an identity. And this is actual manifestation, because we live in an actual physical reality that is nothing more than a probability state. So HUUL is the power of 3D Earth, which makes things manifest. The second part, HUUL, means descending into, in essence, descending into 3D. So HUUL is an incredibly grounding meditation, which we are going to do. And what I'd like for you to do, on the inhale, you can inhale very deeply, and when you exhale, you're going to do the posture, where you're sitting with your hands. If I were standing, it would be like this. And you can stand and do it, or stand, slightly bend your knees, or you can sit in a chair and do like this, focusing on the palms of your hands. And we're going to do that, and you're going to inhale, and when you exhale, you're going to send your energy down deep into the depths, to the center of the earth. Feel, if you can, if you don't feel anything, that's fine, but see if you can feel Mother Earth, her essence. And then you're going to inhale, and you're going to pull all of her energy up into your body, up through your arms into your heart, up through your legs and your feet, up into your body. And then we're going to exhale and say the HUUL breath again. And when you do, you're going to send it out the top of your head. And you're going to send it out into the universe. You're going to imagine it coming out of the top of your head, wherever you are, out into the universe, into all of the stars. And you're going to leave the possibility that there are other conscious beings out there who are connected to this grid of consciousness. And you're going to let them feel the power of Mother Earth. And this is a way of us connecting the Earth with all of the conscious beings, stars, planets, other galaxies, other civilizations. And then we just keep doing that. You inhale their energy back through the top of your head into your heart, exhale it down into the earth, and we just keep going like that. Does that make sense? If I can, I'll guide us through it. So, first thing you want to do is get in your meditative posture, which for me is I sit on a chair, my feet flat on the ground, I have my back straight, I have my neck slightly tilted forward so that I'm not sitting like that. Slightly tilted forward so that the energy can come up the spine into the third eye. And I have my hands in the HUUL breath posture. Inhale very deeply. Exhale the HUUL breath down into the earth. Inhale her energy up into your body. Exhale her energy out the top of your head. Inhale all the goodwill and energy from all conscious beings in the universe back down through the top of your head. Inhale. Hold it in your heart. Exhale this new energy down into Mother Earth. Continue like that. Inhale her energy up into you. Exhale out into the universe. Inhale back down. Exhale into the earth. Inhale her energy up into your body. This time, exhale all around the world. Let all people on the world feel this energy. Inhale their energy back into you. Exhale this combined energy out into the universe. Inhale their well-wishings back into you. Exhale into the earth. Inhale this energy up into your body. Send it all across the Earth's surface. Inhale. Exhale out. Inhale into your body. Exhale down into the earth. Inhale. Send it across the Earth's surface. Inhale into your body. Send it up and out. down into the earth. Up into your body again. Out into the universe. Inhale the love of the universe into your body. Down into the earth. Up into your body. Hold the breath. And relax. I was just checking to see if my computer sounds like it's having a hard time. Anyway, we'll keep going. All right, so now we're in a meditative state. So now what we're going to do is we're going to shift to the next level. So when we're done with this, by the way, you can do this, you can repeat this at home. If we don't magically get the solar flash today or tomorrow, you can keep doing this on your own. And you'll see, we're going to get into some pretty cool stuff a little bit later. So now we're going to do the HUUL breath. So the HUUL, I told you what HUUL is. HUUL is the interrogative plus deep into 3D, manifesting deep into 3D. HUUL is the interrogative, manifesting, and then R, the sound R, is communication with solar energy. So the Ah sound is communication. The R sound is the sun. So HUUL means manifesting spiritual solar energy, which is 5D. 5D is a more intense, more powerful place to exist. There is more light there. So in case you didn't know, I found this out when I was meditating one day, and my friends said, "Come here, I want to show you something." And they took me into a black hole. And when I went into the black hole and came out the other side, I was in this realm of pure light and intense love and a bunch of very, very happy people. And they said, "This is 5D. Now you know. Everything you've been saying, you've been wondering what's on the other side of the black hole. Now you know. It's 5D. So when we chant HUUL, we're actually pulling that down to us, or we're manifesting it onto Earth. So Earth is going to be this very interesting 3D / 5D, sort of place in between. All right? So what we're going to do now is we're going to chant HUUL, but this time when you chant the Hu sound, you're again going to be pulling up the energy of the earth. And then when it changes to R, when it goes from HUUL, that sound, you're going to imagine the earth sound going out to the sun. And the earth energy and the sun energy is going to combine. And then when you inhale, you're going to inhale that combined solar earth energy back into your body. And you're going to chant it HUUL again, and you're going to send that combined solar earth energy directly into Mother Earth. And we're just going to keep recycling it. So inhaling the energy up from the earth, sending it out to the sun, inhaling the sun's energy back to you, and then exhaling it down into the earth. May not have been exactly the way I described it, but you get it. You're going to connect earth to the sun and back and forth. When you connect to the sun, when you do the HUUL and you're connecting to the sun, I want you to send Mother Sun, because she's also the center of the sun is feminine. You're going to send her your love. You're going to send her your thanks. She very rarely gets thanked, but when you thank her, she is overwhelmed with gratitude. She loves when you thank her. She is, I'm telling you, the sun loves to be worshipped. So when you send thanks and gratitude and love to her, she will not be able to resist sending that back to you. She won't be able to resist it. It's just, trust me, she's one of the, I mean, she's obviously an incredibly loving being, because as I'm sitting here, just constantly sending her light and her love to all the plants. Okay? So, inhale, exhale, HUUL into the earth. Inhale, exhale, HUUL to the sun. Inhale the sun, exhale it back down. Got it? Okay, so let's do that. Same posture for now. We're gonna do something in a little bit to shift it up, but right now we're just gonna stay in this posture. Ready? Inhale very deeply. Inhale Mother Earth's energy up into your body. Exhale gratitude and love to the sun. Inhale her love back to you. Exhale down into the earth. Inhale up. Exhale to the sun. Inhale from the sun. Exhale into earth. Inhale into you. Exhale to the sun. Inhale from the sun. Exhale down into earth. Inhale up. Exhale to the sun. Inhale from the sun. Exhale down into the earth. Okay, put your hands over your navel, right over left. Inhale. Hold the breath. Exhale, say the HUUL breath. Whenever you deal with very hot, powerful energy like the sun, incredibly powerful, you need to ground yourself. You may need to do some grounding after this, what we do today. I got a huge amount of energy flying through me. So now I'm going to show you this is an exercise by itself in case you want to just do this exercise. Wait, what just happened here? Am I still... Let's see what happened here. My thing says I'm not online, so I'm just checking to make sure that I'm online. Too much energy. I shorted out the internet. Come on. Come on, YouTube. My poor tiny little computer just can't handle all this. I don't know why it's having such a hard time. Oops. All right, just giving this a second again. I apologize to you if I'm still live streaming. But again, I got this tiny little laptop that just can't, for some reason, can't tolerate whatever it is I'm doing. I don't know why. Maybe the elites have gotten wind of it, trying to shut it down. Okay, so it says that I'm not connected. So okay, we still connected? Hopefully we are. It looks to me like we're connected now. All right, so now I'm going to show you a Qigong. I'm going to show you the HUUL mantra, but with a Qigong exercise. All right, so let's take a look here. So, can you see me? Let's get this out of the way. All right, so for this one, we're going to start in the HUUL breath standing posture, which is, you can see like I'm getting ready to push myself up. My knees are slightly bent. The tailbone slightly tucked in. This is your typical Jong posture or energy stance posture. So I'm here like this, and as I start the chant, I'm going to bring my hands together up towards my heart, making a triangle. And that'll be the ah sound. And then as we get to the R sound, I'm going to put it over my head like this, creating a triangle over the top of my head. And then when we go to the R sound, we're going to bring the hands all the way down and around like this. And then we start over again. Okay? So inhale very deeply, start to make the HUUL sound. As the hands get up to the heart, make the ah sound. As you get to the top of your head, make the R sound, and continue with the R sound as you open up your aura like that. Okay, so this will be, what I want you to do is I want you to imagine being the earth. And you're going to take the power of the sun and bring it to you and create this halo around you of 5D energy. All right, so we'll do that a few times. Ready? Inhale. 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 To end that, same thing, take your hands right over left, put them over your navel center, breathe long and deep. Okay, so now you should have some energy flowing. I myself have a tremendous amount of energy flowing. In fact, if I keep doing it, I might overheat myself. So these exercises, these two meditations and this exercise that I've just shown you are things that you can do whenever. And each of them is their own practice in and of themselves. If you find yourself getting overheated, stop. If you find yourself getting a headache, stop. Make sure that you do things like walk on barefoot on the grass. If you're near the ocean, walk in the ocean. These are powerful. So, don't think that doing this 24 hours a day, 7 days a week is going to be any more powerful than doing it for a half an hour. What you want to do is you want to just simply get your mind and your body stimulated energetically. There are some mantras that you just chant 24/7. This is not one of them. You will burn yourself out. You will fry some circuits. Okay, this is very powerful, very hot, a lot of heat. So don't overdo it. All right. I know I already saw somebody saying, "I'm going to do this all night." No, don't do it all night. Your brain will boil. Okay. We've got the HUUL mantra. I've got it playing 24/7. You can play that in the background. That in and of itself will empower you, and listen to your body. Do not overdo this. This isn't about how much you do. We're not trying to bludgeon the universe into doing what we want. This isn't about being perfectionist. This is the opposite of that. That world has gone away. The world where you have to be perfect in order to be loved is gone. You don't need that. You just simply ask. In this universe, you do what is best for you, and you simply and honestly ask for connection, and you will get it. So that's what we're going to do right now. We are going to do typical CE5. Now, what we're going to do, let me get my water here. What we're going to do here is we're already kind of in a meditative state. And I'm going to guide you through this. We are going to simply, with our meditative state, we are going to imagine ourselves going out of the Earth's atmosphere. And then we're going to travel to the center of our galaxy. So the thing I found is you don't have to be perfect about this. You don't have to imagine it perfectly. Your intention is the only thing that matters. So imagine, you've seen what galaxies look like. They look like hurricanes. And in the center of our galaxy, there's tons and tons of stars. It's incredibly bright. And at the center of that is a huge black hole. And what we're going to do is we are going to I'm going to guide you through it. We're going to imagine ourselves coming out of our bodies, going out into our solar system. We're going to rise above our solar system, and we're going to look down, and we're going to see this, what looks like hurricane of stars. And we're going to very lovingly and respectfully, we're going to approach the center of the galaxy, and we are going to ask the galaxy with reverence and with respect. We are going to simply say, we are ready for the solar wave event. And we're coming to you and letting you know that we want this, that we want to rise above our petty, destructive, shame-based reality. And we are requesting, if it is appropriate, we are requesting that the center of the galaxy send the pulse to the sun. And then we're going to do that then to the sun, and we're going to go to the moon, and then we'll finish up by connecting with Mother Earth. And perhaps while we're doing that, I may guide us into seeing if there are any higher dimensional beings that want to join us in this meditation. So in fact, now that I think about it, we're going to do that first. First thing we're going to do is we're going to go out, and I don't know what your experience is going to be, but you might sense that you've connected with something. If you're a visual person, you might imagine seeing some kind of a light or an orb or a craft or a being of some kind. And you might just simply feel it. You might not have any experience. I'm telling you, experience means nothing. Intent is everything. I'm not a very visual person. So when I meditate and I imagine, I have to strain really hard to imagine anything. I'm horrible at it. But what ends up happening is I can feel a connection. But even the times when I haven't felt a connection, they've shown up. And so we're going to have our little ET detector here. If they want to let me know that they've shown up, they're going to let me know on the radio. You don't need a radio. I'm just doing it for theatrics' sake. But what they want more than anything is to meditate with you. They love showing things. They love showing you orbs and ships and things like that. They love doing that. But what they really want to do is they want to connect with you and meditate with you. So you might feel some presence, you might feel some energy in your body. It's who knows what'll happen. Everybody's different. But so that's what we're going to do. We're going to go out and we're going to see if we can connect with any higher dimensional beings. We're going to ask them to help us. And then I'm going to guide you through the other things where we officially make our state of mind known to the universe, and we ask with respect if it is appropriate to bring this to us today, if today's the right day. All right, so you with me 100%? All right, so let's go. So let's just do the HUUL breath a couple of times to get us back into our meditative state, and I will guide us through this CE5, extended CE5 meditation. Ready? All right, here we go. Inhale. Inhale again. One last time, inhale. In this moment where you feel, hopefully you feel a strong, relaxed, meditative state, I want you to reach out. If you have a favorite deity, it's okay if you don't, just stay in a meditative mind. If you have a favorite deity, reach out to that deity and ask for their power, their protection, and their blessing. Inhale very deeply and hold it. Connect to your deepest self. And exhale. Okay, now in a relaxed state, you can be sitting, you can be lying, whatever you're most relaxed. I want you to now feel the energy coursing through your body. And let's go into our heart. And in our heart, we have our soul, which is in fact the quantum consciousness incarnated into your physical 3D body. I'd like for you to go into that bright, white light, filled with love, filled with joy, filled with bliss. Imagine becoming that white star that lives in the center of your chest. Feel the love of the universe and feel the universe loving you in your heart. Make a promise to your soul that you are going to seek to honor her and to empower her, and make a promise that you are going to endeavor to see your soul in every other living being. Now identify completely with that light. I want you to inhale very deeply into your heart center. Hold the breath. When you exhale, you're going to imagine yourself slowly coming out of your body, and you're going to see your body sitting or lying wherever you are. So go ahead, exhale. Imagine yourself coming very slowly out of your body. See your body below you. Begin to rise up. If you're inside, rise up to the ceiling, looking down on yourself. Now you're going to say goodbye to your physical body. For the moment, you're going to stay connected by a tendril of energy, so you have nothing to worry about. You're now going to focus your energy up towards the sky. You're going to float through the roof. You can look down and see what your house looks like, or your apartment building, what it looks like from the sky. And then look back up towards the sky. And looking at that beautiful blue sky, if it's not cloudy where you are, continue to climb up and up in the atmosphere. Where you live, your city, your town, wherever it is, it gets smaller and smaller beneath you. You feel the freedom being up in the air. You feel more alive. You feel more connected to your soul. You feel yourself getting to the outer edge of the atmosphere, and it's like a little cellophane barrier, and you're going to pop through that. So you just let yourself pop through that barrier of the outer atmosphere, and you automatically feel a freedom in your mind. Your mind now has dropped a lot of negative feelings. You now have an awareness that everything is possible. You turn and you look at Mother Earth, and you see her beautiful blue ocean, and you see the beautiful clouds, and you see the sun bouncing off of all of the different parts of the land and the ocean, and you feel her smile back to you. Allow yourself to feel her gratitude for you doing this work to help her to evolve to the next level. See all of the people, feel all of the human beings on the planet struggling, striving, many of them in pain, many of them confused, sad, and alone. And feel those brave souls who are also right now raising their vibration up to a higher level of love and peace and trust and cooperation. And now, as we sit here basking in that connection and love, I'd like for you to turn your attention out. Maybe you see the moon, maybe you see the sun, maybe you see other planets. And right now we're just simply going to ask, are there any other conscious, loving beings of light who would like to help us in our meditation? And allow them to make themselves known to you. Maybe you'll see something, maybe you'll feel something, maybe you'll have a strong emotional energy come through you. That's a sign that you have now connected with a higher dimensional being who wants to help. And you're going to ask them to guide you and to empower you and to protect you. And if they wish to, ask them if they want to show themselves to you. Do they have some way of letting you know what they look like, what they feel like? See if you can connect with them. If you want, you can ask them their name. They might tell you what their name is. And now that you've made that bond and that connection to your family member, this is a member of your family who wants to bridge the chasm between Earth and the rest of the universe. And we're now going to ask them to come with us, to empower us and guide us. Maybe you can take a ride in one of their spaceships. If they invite you, or you can ask, can I go in your spaceship? See if they allow you to go with them. Maybe they'll invite you. Maybe some of you, like me, you are your own spaceship. You're going to glide through space as your own orb of energy. Whatever you have experienced, and again, if you don't see or feel anything, don't worry about it. Intention is everything. You're now going to request your guides, and or you're going to now begin to rise above Earth and our solar system. And as you look down below, you can see the sun and Mercury and Venus and Earth and the moon, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, the outer planets. And you rise above, and our solar system gets smaller and smaller. And you start to see many more stars and solar systems, and we keep going above and above and above until we see that our galaxy is a giant hurricane of stars flowing like a hurricane. And we see the center of our galaxy is incredibly bright. It's so bright we almost can't look at it. And we're now going to ask our guides to take us to hover over the center of our galaxy, and you're going to find yourself being pulled closer and closer to the center of the galaxy. And as you get closer to the center of the galaxy, you can feel the intense love. If you've ever had an experience of God, you will know that that is where God, whatever God is, that's where God lives. You're going to feel the love flowing out from the center of that galaxy to all living conscious beings in the universe. And now, I want you to connect your heart to the center of the galaxy. We're going to chant the HUUL mantra 3 times, and we're going to send our love and the love of Mother Earth to the center of the galaxy. Ready? Inhale. Inhale the response from the galactic center into your heart. Once again. Inhale. One last time, send love and gratitude to the center of the galaxy. Just breathe long and deep, relax. Allow the connection to happen between your heart and the heart of our galaxy. Send any requests that you may have. Allow yourself to have whatever feelings might pop up. It's a very powerful place to be. Let the center of the galaxy know the struggles that you go through in this 3D life that we're living. Release all of your sadness. Release your fear. Be willing to drop any anger or resentment or victim mentality. And allow yourself to be healed of the shame. You are equal to that center of the galaxy. You are made of the same light. You are the center of the galaxy. You are all of the stars. You are all of the conscious beings in the entire universe. You are love. You are creativity. You are power. You are more amazing than you could ever possibly imagine in your 3-dimensional state. And now we hover here before the seat of consciousness in our galaxy, and we humbly and thankfully announce to the center of the galaxy that we human beings are ready. We would like for the Ascension event to come to Earth. We are ready, and we commit that we, from this moment forward, will seek to take all of our actions in line with a higher dimensional place of love and happiness and peace. And if it is appropriate, we ask that this solar event come to us as soon as possible today, if it is appropriate. Now just continue to breathe long and deep. Breathe in the love from the center of the universe. Exhale your love and gratitude and any other feelings you need to release. Let yourself have whatever feelings come up. Allow yourself to really hear and take all of the positive messages that are flooding back to you. How much you are loved, how much you are appreciated, and how much you are loved and appreciated for this act you are doing right now. This is the most important moment of your life, and you are honored for this journey that you have made. Any last final requests, give it to the center of the galaxy. Any last final feelings or gestures of love, thankfulness, and cooperation, send it from your heart. Let your heart open. And now with reverence we bow to the center of this galaxy, which is the source of all spirituality in our little neighborhood of the universe. And with permission, we ask to leave. And now we are going to travel back to our solar system, say goodbye. And now we let our pilots, if we're in a ship, guide us. If we're on our own or if we're with other humans flying around, we're now going to allow ourselves to fly back to our solar system. I don't know about you, but I can feel a huge amount of emotions and energy and thanks and love pouring into my heart. It's very hard for me to keep it together. I feel so much emotion right now. Continue to breathe into your body. You're still connected to your body. We're now going to fly back to our solar system. As we get closer, we can see our beautiful sun. You might be able to sense that she's smiling. She's very happy. She feels a tremendous amount of gratitude for what you are doing. And she has nothing but love for you. And as you get closer and closer, you can approach our mother sun. Feel her warmth, feel her rays, feel her beauty. She has been there for billions of years, sending continuous love to all parts of the universe and to your planet. She watched you in every single life that you've ever lived. And she's watched you this whole life you've lived on this planet. She has watched three-dimensional reality on Earth from the very beginning, and she is happy to move to the next level, but she also has bittersweet memories for all of the beautiful drama and all of the valiant spiritual growth that has happened to all of the souls that have been under her watchful eye for the past 150,000 years for human beings. And this experiment in 3D has now come to an end, and she honors your sacrifice. She honors your struggle and your continued commitment to your own soul and to your evolution. We stand before you, Mother Sun, the source of all of our nourishment, and we say to you, we are ready. We choose as a species to move up to the next level of consciousness. We are ready to drop all of our negativity. We are ready to let go of our fear, of our anger, of our selfishness, of our pain, of our resentment, and most of all, we wish to release all of our shame. We are worthy of your love, and we are worthy to be your children, and we are worthy to bask in your light and your healing grace. Mother Sun, if it is appropriate, we ask that you cooperate with the Galactic Center and with all other conscious beings in the universe. And we ask that you bring to us this solar wave of ascension. We give you permission to release us from three-dimensional reality. And if it is appropriate and if it is the best thing for all conscious beings, we say to you, we are ready right now, today, to receive a greater portion of your beautiful love. May it come to us. We are ready for it now. And once again, let's chant this 5-dimensional mantra of HUUL. Ready? Inhale once. Inhale her love. Inhale one last time. Now just breathe long and deep in the presence of your mother. Any last minute prayers you'd like to send to her, any last minute gestures of love and appreciation. If you'd like to release any negative feelings, she will purify you of them. And as we get ready to turn and go visit the moon, we once again say officially, Mother Earth, we thank you for all of your love, all of your kindness, and we volunteer to move forward and to receive your solar wave of 5-dimensional evolution. And with respect, we bow our heads and we back out of the throne room. And now we look towards our extraterrestrial guides. Perhaps we're still in a spaceship. Maybe we're just floating in space. with them. Maybe you're just by yourself. And now we're going to let ourselves fly to our moon. So we get closer and closer, and we find the beautiful gem of the moon shining, reflecting the light of the sun, the light of the spirit, and the very healing rays that come off of our brother the moon. And with joy in our heart, we sit out in front of our moon, and we just thank the moon for giving us the power of mind, power of emotion, the power of meditation, the power of reflection. And we understand, Brother Moon, that you reflect the light of the sun onto us even when we are in darkness. You allow us to have our emotions. You allow us to understand the true concept of the reflective, meditative mind. And it is from you that we get our name, Man, which means moon and mind. And without you, we would not be human. And we thank you for watching over us and for guiding us. It is our understanding, Brother Moon, that you must agree to this solar flash event. And we humbly and respectfully say to you, we humans, we are ready for this event. We are ready for the solar flash event. We are ready to evolve. We ask for your help, and we say, with respect, if it is appropriate, we ask you to sign on to this new contract with us and with the universe. And if it is pleasing to you, that you give your permission for this solar event to occur. Spend a couple of moments inhaling the beautiful light of the moon, sending thanks. I know you might be tired. We're almost done. We say respectfully thank you to the moon, our brother, our mind, our meditative strength. And with respect, we back out of the throne room with our heads bowed. And now we look back home, to our home, Mother Earth. We are her children. And we can see her love and her appreciation for everything that you are doing right now for her. And we allow her gravity, which is her embrace, to pull us back towards her. And we just sit outside of her atmosphere, looking down at her beautiful ocean, her beautiful clouds, her beautiful land. And with respect and admiration, we say, Mother Earth, as your children, we are ready for this event. We are ready for you to achieve your next evolution. We thank you for everything you've given us to experience in three-dimensional reality, and we are ready to move on. And we ask for your approval, if it is appropriate, to bring us this new solar event. And with that, you can ask your friends that you've been flying with if they have any messages for you, if they have any energy they'd like to give to you. And we say to our higher dimensional friends who have been with us since before we incarnated, before human beings ever existed, we thank you for your watchful eye over us, over our evolution. And we thank you for making the effort to reach out to us and to connect with us. And we ask to continue to have an experience with you and a relationship with you. And we are committed to try to raise up to be more like you, where we live without fear, without judgment, with compassion, love, and with complete acceptance of all beings wherever they are at. And we pledge, like you, to do everything in our power at all times to the best of our ability to help all conscious beings find what they need to be happy, blissful, peaceful, and to find their evolution. And now we begin to fall back to earth, find your location where you live, your home, see it from above, begin to descend slowly into your town, your city, descend down to wherever your dwelling is. Let yourself float in through the roof or the window, whatever is most appropriate, and find yourself back in your human body. And maybe your friends have come with you. And if so, thank them. Give them a welcome. If you choose to, you can invite them to interact with you and to stay connected with you. They will never, ever impose themselves on you, but they will stay connected to you if you want that from them. And in these last moments, see if they have any messages or any energy they'd like to give you as you sit or lie there, coming back into your body. And then begin to massage your body. Breathe in very deeply. Exhale. Once again, inhale. Exhale. Massage your face, your scalp, your extremities. Inhale once again. And exhale. That was just me testing. That wasn't anything supernatural. All right, at least not yet. If you have some water, go ahead and drink some water here. We've done a lot of work, and you may not realize the power that you have exposed yourself to. You may not feel the effects of this for a few days. So take some time over the next however long this is. Again, if the solar event comes within the next 24 hours, we'll be on having a whole different discussion. What now? So that's pretty much it. I don't know about you, but I'm pretty zonked out. That was a very powerful experience for me. And we've done our part. So when it comes to something like this, in my experience, it's best to just do it once and then leave it. So there's no need for us to do another huge ritual like this. We've made our case. We've gone to the appropriate authorities and we have asked to interact with them. Bear in mind that these things do not happen according to human timelines. This event has already happened. It's already happened millions of years ago. It's happening at the moment. You yourself, there is a future part of you that is in 5D already. You are having an experience of 3D, but what we do now is we take control over what we have control over. What we have control over is what we choose to indulge in. So now you're going to have to live up to what you've said. And what you've said to the universe is that you're no longer going to hold on to your fear. You're no longer going to hold on to your anger, your victim mentality. So you're going to drop watching all of those YouTube channels that tell you how screwed up the world is and how reptilians are trying to control you. You're going to stop watching all of the YouTube channels about the elite and all of the horrible things that they're doing. You're going to stop feeling self-righteous and victimized. Now, it's still going on. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying to pretend it's not going on. I'm saying you can choose now to live in 5D. And the way you do that is you do exactly that. And if you keep this connection with these beings that we have connected to, including the sun, the moon, everything else, you will shift. You will shift to 5D as a result of what we've done today if you keep the mentality of, I want to raise my vibration. I want to operate from unconditional love. I want to operate from complete acceptance. I want to be able to see myself in everything and everybody. I want to be willing to forgive all of those that have harmed me. I want to begin to change my behavior so that I only am a source of healing and upliftment to all beings in the universe. I'm going to make a commitment that whenever I feel shame, whenever I feel bad or guilty, I'm going to sit and love myself through it. And I am going to treat myself as the king or queen that I am. And when you do that, 5D will come for you. I guarantee you, you will shift. And whether or not we see it in the sky, that's out of our control. But the shift will come if you don't feel it already. All right? So I'm going to leave it at that for today. We don't need to have any questions and answers. This was enough for today. Please take, if you can, take the rest of the day or the evening or whatever you have and go and just do something good for yourself. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go take a walk in the ocean, get some salt water and some salt air and some wind on myself to, to balance these intense energies. You do whatever you need to. You go take a bath, you go take a walk, you relax, drink some water, but don't do anything heavy for the rest of the day, and maybe for another couple of days. Don't do anything heavy. And, we'll come back and we'll see what's happened. Tomorrow, my plan is to come back at the same time, 3 p.m. Eastern. Of course, there's a hurricane coming, which means waves are going to come. So I may have to go surfing beforehand. So I can't guarantee the exact time, but if at all possible, I'm going to come back at 3 o'clock. And we're just going to see what happens. And we're going to come and we're going to be completely different people 24 hours from now. But between now and then, who knows? We've said that we want this to come. We've made our petition and we have made our commitment to all beings. And so we've done our part. And now the only thing left is to walk that path. And so I invite you to walk that path with me as I will endeavor to improve and do what I can to connect to that and to live that. So, with that, I'm going to leave us for today and wish you all the best. And my love and appreciation to every single person that came onto this and was part of this. And I look forward to hearing from you in the future as to what may have occurred for you. All right, that's it, my friends. I wish you all the best. I love you. And we'll talk again in 24 hours. Take care.